If you've been making weird mistakes, craving comfort food, forgetting simple things, or feeling like uncharacteristically foggy, do not rush to self judgment. Confession: I wore my pants inside out and I didn't notice until I was already out in the world. I left the bathroom faucet running and I didn't catch it until lunchtime. Then I ate an entire Domino's pizza by myself and it was not a celebration. It was a way to feel something other than what I was feeling. And my first thought wasn't that I was feeling grief. My first thought was, I am losing it. Now, if you've been doing weird, uncharacteristic things lately, I want you to consider a different explanation. Career grief is not just an emotional experience, it's a physiological one. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what this looks like, why it happens, and what to do with it. Hi, I'm Laverne McKinnon, and welcome to Moonshot Mentor. If you're navigating high stakes change, a career transition, or leading a team through uncertainty, you're in the right place. I'm a speaker, a career strategist, and a grief coach, and I love working with leaders, teams, and individuals to cut through all of that noise, regain traction, and make clear, aligned decisions spiritually, strategically, and tactically. Now, if what I'm saying is useful to you, please follow, subscribe. You're going to get weekly insights on leadership, culture, and career transitions. Now, some of that stuff I shared with you is just the tip of the iceberg. And even as a grief recovery specialist, I was seriously weirded out by these things that were happening to me. What was really happening was that I was experiencing a normal brain and body response to loss. Grief is a natural response to any kind of loss, not just death, any loss, a job, a role, a team, a dream, a sense of status, a version of your future you were counting on. When grief goes unnamed and unmourned, your brain can't organize the experience. It can't file it neatly away because it keeps trying to treat that loss like a problem that needs to be solved, not something that needs to be metabolized. So your body starts speaking up, doing things that are unusual, out of character. So it can also look like exhaustion, headaches, insomnia, appetite swings, stomach issues, muscles that feel tight, wired, and braced. And if the physical stuff is not loud enough, grief also shows up cognitively: trouble concentrating, forgetfulness, confusion, rumination, intrusive thoughts, that looping reel you can't shut off. And then it shows up in behavior: withdrawing from others, losing interest in things that once brought you joy, avoiding certain places or people, or self medicating just to get through the day. None of this means that you're broken. It means something inside you is trying to adapt to what has changed. The problem is that you're doing stupid things and you're making them mean something about who you are and your character. You start narrating it like this: I'm off my game. I'm losing my edge. I'm incapable. And that story, oh, it adds another layer of pain, shame. And that's the part that I want to interrupt. Because when you look at those symptoms at face value, they can seem random, but they're not random. They are signals and they point to something deeper: unrecognized grief. Career grief rocks more than your schedule, your bank account. It rattles your psyche because work is really just work in our culture. It's identity, it's belonging, it's validation, it's structure. It's the place that we get reflected back to ourselves. So when work breaks, it can feel like you break. And that's why career grief can border on an existential crisis. It disrupts your sense of purpose, belonging, and identity. And when grief goes unacknowledged, the price is so steep. You lose resilience. And it's not because you're weak, but it's because your system is carrying a load it was never meant to carry alone. Here's what I'm asking of you. Instead of treating your symptoms like personal failures, treat them like information. Compassion is not letting yourself off the hook. It's seeing clearly what's happening so you can respond with wisdom instead of a self attack. So, here are 5 ways to practice that, especially if you're in a season where you can't stop everything. and process your feelings. So the first thing is to name the loss, even if it feels simple. Just try a simple sentence. Something didn't happen. You're not trying to make it bigger than it is. You're trying to signal to your brain that this is real. So this is really, really important to help educate the brain. Second, replace the character story with a body story. Instead of, I'm being an idiot, try, my brain is overloaded. My nervous system is on alert. My body is asking for recovery. That one change can lower shame fast. Third, build a tiny relief ritual, not a life overhaul, just a small, repeatable cue that tells your system, I'm paying attention. So, a regular short walk without your phone, a hot shower with the lights low. That's one of my favorites. Another one, 10 minutes lying on the floor with one hand on your chest. A meal that's not eaten standing up or on the go. Guilty. These things aren't glamorous, but they're really, really effective. This is also a big one. And this is the next step. Reduce decisions for a week because grief, it burns through a lot of energy and decision making burns energy. So stack them together and just start leaving the faucets on or wearing your pants inside out. Next one, choose 2 or 3 defaults for the week. Default breakfast, default outfit, default work start and stop time, so that you can start becoming predictable and that you don't have to spend a lot of energy on decisions that are actually pretty simple. So you might notice that I wear black and blue quite a bit. That's my default. It's like a uniform, and I don't have to spend a lot of time worrying about what I'm going to wear. And I have 2 choices for breakfast: oatmeal or yogurt with granola. These things help you become resourced. Okay, final one is tell one safe person the truth. And it doesn't have to be the whole truth, just a truth sentence. I've been more affected than I expected. My focus has been off. I'm dealing with more loss than I've named. Grief becomes more workable when it has language and witness. So, quick side thing, if you lead a team, this matters too. When a team goes through layoffs, reorganizations, leadership changes, or public setbacks, and even private ones, unprocessed loss doesn't vanish. It goes underground. And grief tends to reappear as like more conflict over small things, risk aversion, a lot of second guessing. You might even feel like lower trust with your team, lower energy from them, less interaction. Leaders, you don't have to turn the workplace into group therapy to address this, but you do need to know that you have to name what changed and what it cost, at least in human terms. So if you're noticing strange mistakes or low morale or unusually thin patience on your team, consider this question. What loss are we acting out that we haven't acknowledged? Bottom line, if you've been making weird mistakes, craving comfort food, forgetting simple things, or feeling like uncharacteristically foggy, do not rush to self judgment. Consider the more accurate explanation. Your body might be grieving because career grief is not just an emotional experience, it's physiological and it shows up in your focus, your appetite, your sleep, your memory, and your ability to self regulate. The move is not to shame yourself into functioning and like grind and push harder and just blame yourself. The move is to meet your symptoms with compassion. Name what's been lost and give your system a little more care than you think it deserves. Before you leave, if you want more support as you navigate career change, join this really amazing group program that I lead. It's called Solid Ground. It's a paid membership community, and you get monthly career grief lessons and worksheets, live coaching, journal prompts, and guided meditations so you can regain traction and make your next move with clarity. You can sign up at moonshotmentor.substack.com. And a very big thank you to Amanda Kenny for all that she does on the social media and digital strategy front, and to Lauren Deacon for leading Moonshot Mentor operations. Thank you for being here. And until next week, keep going after your moonshot.